3 o'clock, good afternoon, and welcome to LJ News. Taylor thought showing her friend Ross Broodryk around Sydney would be a fun night out in the city, but everything went black at about 5:30 p.m. It was just a case of a big blackout, like I was completely blacked out, Taylor said. After having 3 drinks at the popular Sydney venue Ivy, Taylor doesn't remember anything. Later that night, she found a blood stain on her white pants in the middle of her upper thigh, and there was a pinprick underneath. Taylor believes she was spiked with an injection in one of the bars or clubs in the popular Ivy precinct on the 20th of November 2022. Ross was visiting Taylor from Perth, and the friends got to the venue at about 3 p.m. From the time they had their third drinks, neither can piece more than a few seconds of the next 5 hours together. Taylor had been texting her friend throughout the night, but about 5:30 p.m. she stopped. About 8 p.m., after not hearing from Taylor for a while, the friend decided to head to the venue, where they found Taylor on the floor in a toilet cubicle. Apparently, I was very, very white in the face, Taylor said. I was vomiting and everything. Taylor was taken home to her mother, who immediately became worried. She'd seen her daughter drunk before, but nothing like this. That's when Taylor's mom found the bloodstain on her daughter's white pants, and beneath it, a puncture mark. By 10:45 p.m., paramedics had been called, and they performed an ECG on Taylor after finding a heart arrhythmia. Taylor remembers being taken to the hospital in the ambulance. My heart had an extra beat, which was quite pronounced, Taylor said. And in my state, they were like, we're just going to bring you into hospital just to check that everything's alright. Taylor says it took a few days for her body to recover from the spiking incident, but weeks for her mental health. I'm literally terrified, she said. At the end of the day, you think someone spiked you or Neil spiked you. Usually the first thought is, if no one had been there, what could have happened? The only thing Ross remembers after 5:30 p.m. is flashes of the dance floor, a disco ball in the bathroom, and briefly speaking to his partner back in Perth on the phone. According to my partner, I tried to order an Uber, he said. I got in an Uber, but then I couldn't find my way to the hotel. I apparently ordered another cab to get me back into my hotel, even though I was just in front of it. In an unfamiliar city, Ross had no sense of direction. He left the club at about 11:30 p.m. and somehow found his way to his hotel bed, with no idea how he got there. By 3 a.m. and woke up the next day, and about midday with a text from Taylor. She had the mark on her body and had been to the hospital, so she thought I should just check myself just in case. I checked myself and obviously found a spot and some blood on my clothes. Ross flew out of Sydney on November 22nd and immediately went to see his doctor, who believed he had been spiked. His doctor took blood to check for any needle-borne viruses. 3 months later, he needed a follow-up appointment to be sure he had not contracted anything. The incident left Ross with severe social anxiety. I got invited to events and I just didn't go out, he said. We ended up going to a festival and I had an anxiety attack beforehand. I thought I got spiked because someone just touched my back. Ross said the incident was not something he brought up with friends, as he felt embarrassed and feared he would not be believed. I find it disgusting that someone would do it, he said. Obviously, it's happened more to females, but as a male, I didn't think it would happen. It could ruin someone's life. I don't understand why you would need to hit someone with a needle.